I know I'm not the only one that still haven't gotten over last night's shocking eviction or evictions because Shaun's one wasn't the only shocking eviction that happened. There was also Handi's eviction. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I did not really speak much about my sentiments towards that young woman because I was really carried away by my excitement, over Shaun's eviction. Yeah, and I'm going to explain why I was really excited about Shaun's eviction on this video, right? Because I know there's a lot of you, okay, maybe not a lot of you, I mean, come on, a lot of us were quite excited, right? But I think I actually do owe you guys an explanation, all right? But for Handi was growing on me. She was. Because at the beginning of the season, yeah, I thought she and her sister were literally one, like one in thoughts, in mind, in decision making, in everything, lifestyle, everything, IQ. I thought they were the same, like one and the same. Because, they do everything in sync. They move in sync, they speak in sync, they do everything in sync. So, for me, I thought it was a hopeless situation, especially looking at Wanni's topsy-turvy relationship with Shaun. I thought it was a hopeless situation that nobody could talk to her, nobody could set her straight. But then the moment Handi started, coming out of her shell, setting her sister straight, telling her sister the truth about her actions and reactions in the house, I started really liking her. Honestly, I really started liking that girl. For me, it was her level of maturity. It was her level of self-awareness. Also looking at the fact that for someone like her, who has gone through a rough patch in her life, I mean, yes, they have similar stories, right? Of being bullied whilst they were younger, even in their adult years, internet trolling and all whatnot. But Handi's story is crazier. Because she had shared with us during one of the sponsored tasks that she had a situation of drug abuse. She was an addict. Yeah, she was an addict, and it was a tough time for her. She even repeated it again Saturday night after the party when she was talking to Suj, but the cameras had to quickly go away because she was actually mentioning the kind of substance that she was really addicted to. According to her, she was addicted to, is this snow, she called it, for those of you that understand. Yeah, she was really addicted to that substance. So looking at how far she's come, how she was able to brush up herself, of course, via the love and care of her family, especially Wanie, how far she's come, how much she values herself to the point that she is really intentional about this life she's living, about this journey she decided to embark on with her sister in Big Brother's house. My respect for her grew every time, every single time she took a stand. She took her own decision. I mean, yes, there were decisions that she took with her sister, right? And you can tell that in that siblingship, Wanie is the dominant, in the sense that Wanie is more like the older one. Even though they're identical, Wanie is like the older one. She makes the decisions, she leads, and Handi follows. But the moment I started seeing Handi's individuality, the way she stands her ground, the way she calls her sister to order, the way she outrightly calls her sister out when her sister is wrong, or celebrates her sister when her sister does something right. Guys, my respect for her doubled over the roof. I admired her. I liked her personality a lot. I liked her resilience. I liked the way she loved on her sister. And you could tell from the eviction yesterday, you could tell from the mood in the house after she was evicted that I wasn't the only one that felt that way. All the housemates felt Handi's exit from the house. They all felt it. They were mute. They were cold. To the point that when Ebuka returned to carry on with the business of the day, they couldn't talk. When Ebuka was saying, "Oh, hello, housemate," they couldn't respond. Everybody was shocked. Everybody was quiet. That's to tell you our impact in that house. They really liked her. And I loved her as well. So I just want to use this medium to celebrate Handi. You know, she was iconic. Raw reality TV spice. Raw. Like unrefined. Raw. You rarely see the likes of her in the house. Herself and her sister, of course, but you rarely see the likes of her. So I wish her well, wish her all the best. Whatever endeavor she chooses to embark on with her sister in this journey called life, I really do hope to see more of her individuality moving forward. Because, you know, there was this speculation in the house about, oh, Handi does not have a mind of her own. Handi does not have a backbone. Handi is always doing whatever Wanni says. Oh, if Wanni makes this dance move, Handi is going to follow her. You know, and I felt like it was quite cruel because people forget that these two girls, they are dual DJs, right? They DJ together, and so they have choreographies that they have learned over time. So they cannot just erase all of that, you know, knowledge just because they're in Big Brother's house. So I felt like that narrative was quite cruel, but I understand where it's coming from. So I really do hope that she shines as a duo with her sister, but also as an individual, because I believe that there's a lot more that she can actually do for herself. Now, all of that said, you're all specially welcome to my channel. My name is Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Elijah, and I am the girl with the T. On this video, we're going to be looking at the aftermath of the live eviction show, all right? There were certain conversations that happened, the mood in the house, just generally, you know, things that happened afterwards. We're going to be spilling the tea on all of that on this video. So please make sure you watch to the end. And of course, share your thoughts in the comment section below. I would love to know your own aftermath of the live eviction show. All right. How did you feel afterwards? Knowing fully well that Shaun was no longer in the house, TJ was not there anymore, and Handi was no longer in the house. All right. I have a lot to unpack. My own aftermath, aside the housemate aftermath, I actually have a lot to unpack, and I will share mine as well on this video. All right, so please watch till the end. And guys, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you are yet to subscribe. And now, all of that said, let's just quickly dive right into the rest of the video. Now, beginning with Wanni, the aftermath of the eviction was quite brutal for Wanni. As a matter of fact, you could tell that she had crumbled. Her emotions were all over the place. She was a mess. And it was quite understandable. Her soulmate that she was born with from day one and a new soulmate that she found in the house both got evicted in one night. It was a shocker. And Wanni still could not believe it. She was shaking badly. Like, guys, frankly speaking, as much as I was excited that Shaun was gone, I felt bad for her. I mean, yes, it's a game, yes, it's a competition, but we cannot overrule the fact that people's feelings, emotions are involved. And with Wanni, her body, soul, and spirit was involved in that two relationships, the one with her sister and the one with the person she loved in the house. So I felt really bad for her, watching her cry, like she was really crying. The tears were just flowing non-stop. I felt really bad for her. And it was quite hectic as well because, you know, Handi did not think that she was going, even though she said, oh, she saw it coming. She did not really think she was going because she did not really pack her things. I mean, you know, she and her sister, the way they pack their wares, their outfits, you know, in twos as they come. So her things were literally all mixed up with Wanni's stuff, all in different boxes. So it was another emotional roller coaster for Wanni to now go upstairs to the dressing room to start separating her clothes from her sister's. She was crying while she was doing that. But then the sweet part about it was, you know, seeing how most of the housemates gathered around to console her, to assist her. Even Cassia assisted, Onyeka assisted, Ozzy, even though he's a man, he was so badly shaken. Like, guys, it was such an emotional sight. Yeah. Suge was there, OC was there. Guys, it was heavy. It was heavy. But It's the game. The game is the game. So for Wanie, it was a struggle to separate. See, it was so, I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to put it, but it's like separating twins for life. That was what it felt like for her. So it was heavy for her. And then after, separating her clothes from her sisters, she had gone ahead to write letters to Shaun and her sister. Now, as much as I was feeling sad for her, I was equally scared for her, because let's remember, written communication in Big Brother's house is prohibited. It is breaking the rules of the house. Yeah, because in other words, that's you obstructing the flow of production. Viewers should know what you are talking about, right? So when you write something, people, it's obstructing production. So she was writing those letters, and Onyeka was even aiding her by bringing more papers. And I'm like, but this girl, come on. I know you're in an emotional state, but if Big Brother is going to pick it up on Monday, don't you think you're actually risking yourself of catching another strike? Because the first time that happened, Shaun had written her a letter. Yes, he wasn't punished for it, but when she had taken that letter to the diary room, Big Brother had actually cautioned her about it and had told her to leave the letter in the diary room. So Biggie had reminded her to read the rule book, that written communication is prohibited in the house. So yes, she was in an emotional state, but she was still going ahead to break the rules. And this girl already has one strike. So what if Big Brother decides that, okay, fine, you're going to get another strike? Because at the end of the day, it's a game. So Big Brother cannot be overly sentimental to say, okay, I'm going to overlook your offense because you are crying. But anyways, as I mentioned before, that happened. She was still crying. Onyeka was consoling her. I mean, I loved the fact that the housemates understood. Maybe they don't understand 100%, but they understood and they were showing her love. They were hugging her. They were consoling her. Victoria had gone to hug her and had told her that, listen, if you need anything, come to me. Cassia as well had gone to hug her, console her. Everybody's just trying to be there for her. And she had some moments to soliloquize in bed, crying about how hard it was for her. Who is she going to wake up to? Who is she going to turn to when she and Shaun has their little lover spat? Who is going to hold her back when it seems like she's losing her temper? And guys, it was such an emotional moment. But as I mentioned at the start of this video, even though I felt bad for Wanie, at the same time, I was excited that Shaun was no longer in the house. Now, don't get me wrong, I respect Shaun's game. He's one of the master strategies of the season. However, his game was quite, I don't know. It reminded me so much of Shegs and Bella's situation. I felt bad for Wanie, but at the same time, I was quite relieved on her behalf. Because at least she's going to rest for the next 1 or 2 weeks. She's going to rest. No more cooking for Shaun. No more doing his laundry. No more showering him with love, affection, attention without getting it reciprocated. No more struggling or stressing out or, come on, like just take a breather. No more babying this guy. No more being a nanny for this guy. If possible, I think this is the time for her to redeem herself. It's possible for her to redeem herself. In 1 week, she might be nominated by her fellow housemates later today. Yeah, I mean, it's part of the game. But I think this is an opportunity for her to really stand on her own 2 feet or on her own 10 toes, as they normally say in the house, and really harness her inner powers, really showcase herself without Shaun, really show that she can actually exist in that house without Shaun. I mean, guys, that is if she wants to. And even, it was quite interesting, Shaun's reaction. That guy did not think he was going anywhere. Yes, just like Handi, he said he saw it coming, this and that, but I doubt. That guy was so confident that he wasn't going anywhere. He was so confident that he was the reason Victoria was in that house. He was confident that he was the reason Wanie and Handi were still in that house. He was so confident that his game, which is literally Sheg's game, was actually the game that was going to take him to the finals. He was so certain, like this guy was 100% positive that his game is on lockdown. And so it was a huge shocker for him, to the point that when he was on that stage, he was shaking. His voice was shaking. Ebuka was asking him questions. I'm sure that his brain was all muddled up. You know, his responses, they were not really straight. It was like, I'm good, you know. But it is what it is. The game must go on. And for Shaun, I wish him all the best. On the stage, when Ebuka had asked him about his relationship with Wanni, he had said that, oh, Wanni is my girl. I'm going to wait for her to come out. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see if it's going to be a relationship of convenience, you know, to build a fan base, or to, you know, kick his career in acting and whatever thing he had said he would love to do, if it's just to set it rolling, or if it's going to be genuine. Maybe it's this internet that we're on. We will definitely find out. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I think I've actually overstretched this video. There were other conversations that happened in the house, which I will share on another video next. So please don't go anywhere. Watch out for that video because it's actually quite spicy. All right. And thanks for watching this video. I will see you guys on my next video soon. Have an amazing day.